What's up, everybody? Courtney here with a yoga flow that is going to emphasize the Vinyasa style. Vinyasa is about consciously linking breath and movement. So do allow yourself to come to a kneeling shape that feels good. If this doesn't work for your knees, put something soft underneath them or between your booty and your heels. Rest hands up or down. Maybe close your eyes. And again, allowing the inhale and the exhale to be your best teacher. Next inhale, shrug. Exhale, release. Consciously filling up and letting it out. Mouth is closed, but the face is relaxed. We'll take 2 more shoulder rolls, listening for an ocean sound. Pausing for just a moment, lifting up through the crown of the head. Walk your hands forward toward your knees and allow them to separate several inches here. You're going to slide your hands further forward, just in front of the knee joints. Take an inhale and exhale, let it go. You can stay with Ujjayi, the ocean sound. You can also take a big sigh or even a bigger lion's roar, sticking out the tongue and maybe looking up toward the sky. As you're ready, inhale. We're going to do that 2 more times, maybe even scrunching the face as you inhale. And 1 more time. Lick your lips, swallow. Coming up to all fours. Tabletop. And mouth closed, face relaxed. Inhaling, pull the heart forward and up. Exhaling, scoop the belly, chin toward chest. Inhaling, arch. Exhaling, round. Now start to circle the body. Spinal roll, taking it around. Throughout that inhale, you're arching. Exhale, scoop the belly, rounding. Well, maybe you do 2 or 3 one way, then the other. If it's kind of awkward at first, no big deal. Being patient with yourself. Applying the first of the yamas, these ethical principles of yoga, ahimsa, which is about compassion, non-injury, non-violence. With that said, following your spinal rolls, take the knees wide, big toes together. A brief but important shift into Balasana, child's pose. Breathing in, breathing out. Letting that inhale, that exhale be your guide. Inviting prana into the body, life force. And releasing things that feel stagnant, stressful. Shifting that inner tone of voice, if that's important, to extend compassion to yourself. And take that with you as you float on up to all fours, this time a bigger table shape. Curl the toes, lift your hips, do press your booty up and back. You're in downward facing dog. Now feet hip to shoulder width, especially on the first one, taking it a little wider. Couple of breaths just to pedal out your heels. Wake up the fingers, the toes. Maybe 2 to 3 inhales and exhales where you do bring back something like the lion's roar. Or even a simple sigh, fluttering the lips, whatever else helps you let go. Coming forward, plank pose. Holding in the first one before we do start to link breath and movement once again. Maybe there's a subtle rock or sway, even a subtle circle, small movement one way or the other. From that plank, lift your hips, drive it back, down dog. Take that moment, feet perhaps a little narrower so you feel stability. Looking for this balance of effort and ease, of strength or stability and range of motion, flexibility. Coming forward, find that plank. Right away, drive the hips up and back, down dog. You can shift or kind of roll your way into it with me. Plank is your inhale. Take your booty up and back with your exhale. Let's do 2 more. And let your hands and feet meet somewhere in the middle. Give your head a little shake yes, shake no. Sliding hands onto hips, pull the heart forward in space and pause as you exhale. And then inhale, root to rise. And a big exhale at the top. Allow your arms to reach out and up. When you exhale, swan diving right back down. Inhaling, expand, chest forward. Exhaling, release, let that go. On the inhale, root and rise, stretch it up. Hands can touch, they don't have to. Then bring the palms toward prayer. Again, inhale. Hinging at the hips, lead with the heart, exhale. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, melt it all the way. Inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands are coming down. Take that extra breath in. Let it out any way you need. Bring your hands now to your hips. Looking down for just a moment, are your feet in fact hip bone distance, perhaps a bit narrower? Bending deeply, sit your booty toward the earth, reaching your arms to the sky. No compression in the neck or shoulders, maybe take a wide setup, like a V. Tailbone lengthens, the frontal hip points lift. There's a natural curve in your back, but you're not exploiting it. And see if you can just pick up the right foot for a breath. If you're wobbling, that's all right. Can you be compassionate and applying ahimsa? Left foot floats. Both heels to the earth. Take 1 more inhale. As you exhale, you're going to stand up. Arms release back and down. On your breath, bend the knees deeply, Utkatasana, the chair pose. And on the exhale, rise, Tadasana, the mountain. Inhale. Exhale. Moving with your breath. Again, this concept of consciously connecting it to movement. If you get a little lost, that's okay. If you're breathing, you are still practicing yoga. Breathing consciously, connecting that to movement becomes vinyasa. Hands to heart. Just observing those initial shifts. Maybe you're feeling a little warmer, a little more energized. And then do step out wide on your mat. So you have plenty of room between the feet, maybe a meter or so. Take the arms out and up. And as you exhale, that same swan diving idea, come on down. Fingertips to the floor, onto blocks. You're gonna bend deeply into your right knee. Let your left heel slide along, toes turning up, and I am mirroring you for a moment. Navel hugs in as you breathe out. You can stay put. You could also bring hands to the heart, ground through the outer edge of the extended leg, foot, and let it be more of a strengthener. Now, after a few breaths, coming over to side 2. If the mirroring was confusing, do both. Hands at the earth, the heart, playing with these different options and variations based on your needs right now. And then moving in and out on the breath, again, like a vinyasa concept, inhaling through neutral, exhaling skandasana, the side lunge. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, side 2. Now keep flowing for a minute on your own. Linking the breath to the movement consciously. Starting to emphasize that moment when you're full and that moment when you're empty. Helping you detoxify, helping your organs to work as efficiently as possible. That includes your immune system, your digestive system, and of course your respiratory system. Let's come back to center. Take an inhale, chest moves forward. And exhale, melt over the right foot, right ankle for a breath or two. Drop the head, the neck, give it a little shake. Coming to neutral. Hands to that left ankle or foot, or whichever way you didn't go. You take another breath or two. Deep release, come back to center. Big inhale. Exhale, let's fold. Drop the head, soften the back of the neck. Take at least one more complete breath out. And you can roll with me or lengthen once again. The lengthening is easier on tender lower backs. A shoulder roll or two when you get there. Hands at the hips, heel toe feet, once or twice toward the midline. Still quite a bit of space. You can come on down to goddess pose. Turning the feet, ankles, knees, and hips out roughly 45 degrees or so. Forearms maybe starting at thighs. I'm bringing hands to Gyan Mudra, thumbs first, fingers touching. And just swaying it out for a few more cycles of breath. Confronting these very tight, sticky spots that tend to hold a lot of our stress. And bringing in a little more strengthening, a little more movement, a little bit more of a complete release if it's helpful through the mouth. Inhale to stand up. Take a breath or two, just folding your 8 fingers toward the palms, wrapping thumbs around those fingers. Lengthening through the tailbone, lifting the heart, looking for mountain pose. On an exhale, you're going to bend your knees and elbows, come on down, and known as goddess or temple pose. And we're going to move on the breath, letting out a big ha or sigh with your exhale. Root and rise, inhale, stand up. Keep going. Strong legs without locking knees. Halfway there. Hold the pose, but let the breath flow. Can you pick up the right heel for just a moment? It's okay if the answer is no. Release it. Maybe pick up the left heel. Feel into the knees, the foot. Both heels down for a breath, considering the option to pick them both up. Either way, root and rise, stand up, reach up, declaw the fingers, and everything floats down. Take that heel toe dance most of the way, step or jump the last bit. And you step yourself to what we consider the top of the mat. Finding mountain pose. Looping the shoulders back, heart center forward and through the gates of the shoulders. Surya Namaskara A, full sun salutation. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chest forward, traps back. Step into plank. You can add an inhale. You can also put knees to the earth to modify. I'm demoing that. Elbows graze the ribs and you lower halfway or all of the way. Reach the legs back, rooting down to lift up. You're in a low cobra. And from there we can push to the knees or roll right over the toes and find down dog. Take about 5 breaths, inviting in a little stretching, yawning. Often a good idea for a busy brain to get still in the pose sooner than later. Letting the eyes soften, maybe even close. Take at least one more breath. Hips will press back. Look forward, stepping or jumping, yogi's choice. Inhale halfway. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands come down. Again, Surya A, inhale, reach. Lead with the heart and dive. Inhale, crown of the head makes its way forward. Other foot can step you back. If you know jumping back, do feel free. A little shift forward, elbows graze the ribs, take it halfway or all the way. From halfway, there's this shift forward of the heart. Shoulders loop back, legs stretch long. And either way, again, rolling over the knees, the feet, taking it one by one if that's best. Rocks, sways, big old sigh or two if you need it. Incorporating breath work outside of the ocean sound if it's helpful in shedding layers and releasing what might feel like soreness, stress. Inhaling and exhaling. Hips will reach up and back if they haven't. Look to hand, step or hop, finishing this flow. Inhale, chest out. And exhale, fold in. Rising on that inhale. Hands toward the heart as you exhale. Take one more breath, just noticing again the smaller big shifts. Continuing with this Vinyasa style, deep breath in, do reach the arms up. Bending both elbows, nicknamed cactus shape. Inhale, reach the arms up. And from that mountain, dive it down. Inhale, chest forward. I will demo the jump back if you're curious. Really strong core, elbows graze the ribs. Take it halfway. Inhaling, root to rise, cobra or up dog. Exhaling, we're back, downward facing dog. And you can lick your lips, swallow, let something up and out through one of those lion's roars or just a horse breath. Noting that we tend to need those bigger releases, at least in moments. Right leg will reach, stretch it up to the sky. Allow your hip to roll open for a few breaths, maybe kicking, circling, playing with movement at the ankle, the knee, the hip. I'm gonna do what's called a figure eight, if you will. Welcome to join me. You know, flipping the dog, wild thing, always an option as well. Both feet will come down, left legs turn to eventually lift. Not rushing through it, a few breaths just to consider your options. A few more to explore. Maybe taking what you did on the first side, but maybe not. Based on athletics, different hobbies, your job, you might have some extreme imbalances, especially if there was an injury. Practice in a way that helps you come back toward balance. And that could mean different variations, a little more time on one side or the other. High on tippy toes. Look to hand, step or hop. Inhale, chest out. Exhale, we fold in. Rooting down, standing up. And exhale, hands to prayer. One more time, inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chest out. Stepping or jumping, Chaturanga Dandasana, the stick. Inhale, Cobra or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, up dog. And exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, down dog. Let your left leg lead the way this time. Good for the brain to mix it up at least sometimes. When you lift it, square the pelvis, rolling the inner thigh, the glute up. And on the exhale, do feel the navel again. One more breath at the top. Exhaling, knee to your nose, nicknamed tiger, like you're gonna bounce. Again, take the leg up. This time, bring the left knee to your left tricep. Inhale, take the leg up. Try to crisscross it, right tricep. Inhale the leg up. Exhaling, step the foot through. Front knee over ankle. Back foot pivoting onto its side. Draw the left hip back, the heart forward. Inhaling, come on up, warrior one. Now you might find you want to lift slightly out of that lunge. It's natural to want to ease out of the strengthening. From there, however, do make your way back in, maybe bending the elbows or just taking that wider V. Coming up on the inhale, and take it down on the exhale. Let's do that one more time. Allow your right hip to wrap forward, left hip back. Maybe bend another centimeter or two. Lift the heart, the gaze, firming up the back leg. Stamping the inner and outer edge of that back foot down as you look up. Exhale, hands release. Walk to plank. Maybe shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale back, down dog. Right leg's turn for all that fun. Sweep it up. Take the extra inhale on the first one. Inner thigh lifts, the glute wakes up. Then bring the knee to the nose, tiger pose. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And this time we step it through. Back foot pivots down. Hug the right hip in. And eventually rise, warrior one. Again, you might find you want to lift up out of it. Very normal. We're going to purposely make our way out and in. Taking cactus or that V shape. So that we ease not only into the hips, but the heart. And when you do come down, choose to stay. Bending toward 90, back leg active and strong. Stamping the inner and outer edge of the back foot down as you reach up, maybe look up. Can you lengthen the tail, lift the hips, the heart. And exhale, we let it go. Keep the hips relatively low as you step back one more time. Shift forward, maybe chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Take that inhale through the nose. And any exhale, including through the mouth, that's effective. One more time, inhale. Let those heels release toward the floor, exhale. Knees will come down. Cross the legs behind you. And you sit tall. So getting into just a little more balancing, a little more core, Savasana. Lean back, not quite to the tail. Draw the navel in as you breathe out. Maybe pick the feet up. If you have to just do one foot at a time, alternate legs instead. Otherwise, next couple of breaths working toward full boat. Legs get a little straighter, gazing to the big toes. Wake up the upper back as much as the abs, drawing those inner shoulder blades toward the heart. And maybe, just maybe, join me in lowering. Ooh, lift it up, big inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Navasana. Ardha Navasana. Boat. Half boat. Last time. This time when you come to Ardha, pause for the inhale if you can. And then release on the exhale. Walk your feet in. Give your knees a hug. And just sway a little side to side. From there, easy twist, reaching right, let your knees fall left. And after a few breaths, you'll come to center. Little rock, little sway. You can scooch the hips now to the left or as you release. And you take that same twist right. And then back to neutral. Let the knees fall wide, Ananda Balasana, your happy baby. Elbows to the inner leg, hands to the outer feet or ankles. And take a few breaths here. Maybe letting the body rock, letting the legs kick. Nicknamed the ecstatic baby. And then we'll draw the knees in. Roll it up, take a big inhale. And exhale, let yourself release down to the ground. Finding a complete relaxation. Feeling the effects of your Vinyasa practice. And letting yourself integrate it on that cellular level. Take another 5, 10, 20 breaths here. And have a beautiful rest of your day.